welcome back to Cask 529. I'm Brian.
And I'm Josh.
Tonight we're doing a little experiment. Really, I just wanted Josh to open a bottle of his bourbon. So he's got a really nice bourbon collection, but there's only like 3 bottles that are open. 4 now.
Probably more than that, but you did call me out on a prior show.
I did.
Felt obligated.
And actually, I guess you brought us a surprise.
I did, yeah.
That you had to open, or was that open?
It was not open.
Okay.
I just opened it tonight for you.
And we don't know what that is yet. Josh was just gracious enough to bring another unopened bottle. This is a big night for you.
Yeah, it is. And you do not have it on your shelf. So good. I'm excited for you to try it.
I'm excited. So what we're doing tonight, Josh, is we've heard a myth at one point where Ancient Age is basically the same thing as Blanton's. And I think we were doing some research a little while ago, and I think we've kind of busted that myth already.
We have, yeah.
So apparently at one time, Ancient Age was made from rejected bottles or rejected barrels of Blanton's, right?
Yep.
And Ancient Age is only available, or was only available in Japan.
That's what we read. Yes, correct.
So they no longer make that. So in essence, it's a myth at this point.
It's a myth, yeah.
So what we do know is Buffalo Trace doesn't disclose their mash bills, so we can't, like with Blanton's, we don't really know exactly what's percentages, what's in it. We do know that Blanton's is a higher rye mash bill. And they only have a few mash bills. But how many bourbons do they have?
A lot.
I mean, you've got your regulars that you always think of, your E.H. Taylors and your Eagle Rares and Blantons.
Wellers,
Buffalo Trace. But then you've got the Rock Hills. I mean, I don't know, we probably write off a dozen without really researching hard.
Right.
So what we're going to kind of do is, I guess we're no longer trying to determine if Ancient Age tastes like Blanton's.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to do a comparison between the two.
This bottle we have is 80 proof versus 92, I believe, on the Blanton's. 93 proof. So there's a proof difference. I guess we're just going to compare at this point.
Yeah.
Is this $10 bottle?
Yeah, it was a $10 bottle.
Versus a $63 bottle.
Right.
So we'll see. Maybe there's $53 worth of difference in them. Maybe there's not.
My first experience with the Ancient Age, it was actually this past August, and I tried it and it was in a plastic bottle. So this is a glass bottle, so we'll see what's there.
So you went all out.
I went all out.
On this one. So the colors look the same.
They do.
And what we've got here, Josh, when I poured these up, the Ancient Age is over here. It's in our right glass. Blanton's is in the left.
Okay.
I'm going to start with the Ancient Age.
All right.
I won't say it's really sweet. I think because it's only 80 proof, I'm not getting a whole lot out of it on the nose.
No, I mean it's a little sweet for me.
More than spice.
Right.
There's more sweet than spice.
Right.
It's really not bad at an 80 proof bourbon.
It's light.
Yeah, it is. But there's a little bit of body to it.
Yep.
There's a little bit of heat. Little bit.
Slight. I mean, it's not bad, right?
It's not bad.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
$10.
$10. Somebody just starting out on a bourbon journey, that'd be a great bottle for them.
Absolutely.
$10. It's got a little bit of character to it.
And I'm not a super high heat bourbon guy, but honestly, I mean, and I usually I'm the type of guy that I usually put ice in my bourbon, but
Right.
this is good. I mean, I was not disappointed.
Yeah,
So,
that's not. It's.
Yeah.
I don't know. You probably wouldn't need to put ice in that, would you?
no.
I mean, I can get you some.
Not needed. I really
Overall, that's
Yeah.
for $10. That's pretty good.
I would drink it. I'll put it on the shelf. So yeah.
Well,
I don't know. What are you picking up anything like?
I mean, what do you do after you open a bottle? Do you like put it out to pasture at that point?
No, I'll put it next to the other open bottles, and it's
So-
in a classification of its own.
Like
There's two classifications.
It's not shiny.
There's
anymore.
open bottles, and then there's the unopened bottles, right? So,
Right. Which I didn't even know, honestly, how many of those you had. We were out maybe to dinner a month or two ago, and you were showing me pictures
yeah,
under your bar.
right.
And I thought I was at the liquor store is what I was looking at.
Well, I mean, it's hard to take the tags off, and
I guess it
the
is.
newness, you never know when you're going to get that second bottle, and that's my rule is I'll open it when I get a second bottle. Are the hard ones to find.
I get that.
But New Year's resolution is every one of those bottles has to be opened this year. So if I have a second bottle or not.
We're gonna, Josh and I have talked, we're actually gonna go to Josh's bar for a show, and we're gonna have an opening show.
Yeah.
We're not even sure what we're gonna drink, we're just gonna open
We'll open.
and start drinking.
Yep.
So I don't know, it probably won't be any reviews or anything like that. At least maybe initially there'll be a couple, but
Yeah.
so let's see how that compared to this Blanton's.
Definitely a difference.
It is. It is. I still don't get a lot out of that though. Definitely more on the sweeter side, I think.
More on the sweeter side. I don't get as much of a I'll say sting. I guess on the nose as I do with this.
My second sip of that, I kind of got a little bit of an ethanol taste on the finish of it.
Yeah.
Which Shauna has got that a lot on different things we've had, and I've really Buffalo Trace was the only thing I ever got that on. Bad, really bad. Like I think I even
And you've all
said,
tried that more than once.
I
right?
likened it
Yeah.
to siphoning gas as a kid out of my dad's car for my dirt bike. Fortunately, my dad doesn't watch the show, so
Different palates,
not
right?
that he did.
Different palates. All right, let me try this.
So what are your thoughts?
For me, it's smoother, sweeter.
But similar, wouldn't you say?
Honestly,
I feel like you can tell they're in the same family.
they're definitely in the same family. This one is a little bit more, I guess,
Refined.
refined. Yes, oak, I taste a little bit more oak, I think, in it for me.
I agree with that. I would agree with that.
less ethanol taste, I guess.
Yeah, I didn't get that.
But I think you explained it perfectly that this is more refined than this one, which is to be
You would
expected.
hope for the price difference.
Right.
You would hope that
Right.
to be the case.
Yeah, but very good. I mean, it's smooth. Like I said, I don't get. I get more smooth. Like I said, more smoothness out of it. I don't get much of a sting as I did with the Ancient Age. But
No.
I don't want to discard that one and say, oh, it doesn't have nice aromas to it. I'm just saying, not as much.
No,
sting.
but you have to take into account $10.
$10.
You know,
Right.
and that's. I don't think we've had anything. We've had $19 on the show.
Maybe 18. I mean,
18,
nothing,
19.
Nothing $10.
But at $10, I mean, it really is. It's got a place in a bar for $10.
It has a place in a bar. Every bar has it. You have your well brand, your call brand, and then
Yep.
your top shelf,
Yep.
right? So if you have a bar at home, There's a place for
You
that.
should have that.
You should have that.
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
That would have been when Sean and I did a show a few months back. Bottles we would have if we had a $250 budget starting our bar. That would have definitely made the list.
Yeah. Whether you drink it, neat on the rocks, or you even make it, a mixer with something.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I was thinking when we were tasting that. That would be a good mixer.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe an old fashioned. I don't know. It might be worth trying in an old fashioned.
Here's a question for you. When you all have been down to Kentucky, right? And okay, so when they change it with the dropper, like how many drops do they put in there for you to like change the chemistry of it?
I've never had them do that for us. I've seen people do a couple drops. I mean, just
a couple.
Just real quick drops.
Right. Well, I'm going to do that.
So you're going to experiment with it?
Yeah, I'm going to do that. Why not?
Okay.
Yeah. So, because here at your bar, you guys are equipped to do this. You have everything, so I'm going to go ahead and do it. See if it does anything.
It's totally against everything I stand for.
I know.
I'm going to let you do that to mine just so I.
Oh, seriously?
Just so I can.
Wow. Okay. Well. Let's see here.
Let's do this, Josh. Yeah, put in the $10 one.
There we go. Let's see what happens. Watch, it won't change it.
It's got to change it.
It's got to change it. We just put distilled water in here, right? It's got to be. Well,
Didn't change anything to me on the nose.
I'm going to say it did.
Of course you are. Of course you are.
All right. I gotta be honest with you. I think it changed it.
I think it took it from 80 to 75 proof, maybe.
For me, it toned it down.
It took the ethanol edge off.
It did. It seriously
really
did.
Those 2 drops of water took that edge off.
Right? But
Shauna,
hey,
you may like Buffalo Trace that way.
Put a double drop of distilled water in.
Yeah,
I literally put 3 drops of water in there, and it toned it down, and it actually made it, for me, smooth.
It changed it dramatically.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we had never had that.
So
done.
Josh, you like Buffalo Trace, correct?
I have never had Buffalo Trace.
never had it.
I have a bottle of it at home. It's unopened.
It's not open.
So, and after watching your show, who knows? I have to try it. And you did say on your show on a prior episode that if anybody wants to try it, come over.
Absolutely.
So,
We will.
so maybe later on tonight, I'll give it a
pour
whirl.
you up a sample of that bad boy.
Well, I might have to try it on, on the rocks. And I do have friends that absolutely love Buffalo Trace, right?
We know people.
Yeah.
We know people that love it.
Yeah. So
for us,
I have to make that determination, that
just
decision.
not our jam. I mean, it's a great looking bottle.
Yeah,
the
it
label's
is.
awesome. But for me, that's kind of where it stops.
Yeah. Yeah. But
we're gonna.
We're gonna do now.
We're gonna tell.
we're gonna do now. Okay.
Yeah, Sean
All right.
said.
This is
Pour it
impromptu tasting with the Buffalo Trace. Okay. Here we go.
Look at that. Even a generous amount. In the event you don't like it,
Which means that once the show stops, we're going to have quite a bit of pours here to finish up.
Generally when Sean and I do a blind, we've got 4. Mm-hmm. And by the time we get editing done and ready to post, it's been a good night.
It's been a good night?
Yeah, it's been a good night.
Well, I mean, it is Saturday night, so, should be a good night.
It should be. You're right.
I mean, you're going to think I'm crazy, honestly, but this...
Nothing really will surprise me out of you, Josh. Really. You love it. I can tell.
I'm just saying that I'm comparing it to the 2 that we just had. And of course, that makes sense, though, right? Mm-hmm. I mean,
I think
these are all the same family, right?
This is about a $30 bottle, I think.
Okay. All right. Here we go. unbiased opinion on Buffalo
Yeah,
Trace.
I'm anxious to. I mean, maybe you're going to love it.
For me, I mean,
Josh loves it.
I didn't say no. There's not much to it. I mean, that's what.
I won't say that we thought there wasn't much to it. I think we thought there was a lot to it, but it was all bad to us.
Like, I'm not getting like a whole lot. Like,
Do you get any heat out of it?
not a lot.
Really?
The no taste, that's all I get, like fingernail polish remover.
And you may not get those because, like we said, we all know people that love this stuff. And I know of guys that will wait in line for that.
I mean, I don't mind it. I get a little bit of heat on the back end, not on the front end. Just there at the tail end, but I don't mind it. But hey,
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. We've got our first person on the show that doesn't mind Buffalo Trace.
yeah. I mean,
I think Mike likes it.
yeah. Mike. Oh yeah, Mike. Yeah. Like I said, though, I mean, I've always said that bourbon it tastes different to everybody. I mean, if you watch
Yes.
show after show after show after show, I mean, everybody
Yep.
smells something different. Everybody tastes something different. And they note something different. They all rate it differently. So, and that's what I love about bourbons is like everybody gets something different out of them. I mean, you may note caramel or vanilla, and somebody else may
Yep.
note more of an oak or
Or leather if you're Shauna.
right.
She gets a lot of leather.
Really? Yeah. Noted leather. Great. Yeah.
She made me chew leather once
Just
on the show. Yeah. Yep. Because I wasn't getting.
don't-
I was never getting it. I was like, I don't get it.
I mean, I'm sad that I think maybe I missed that episode, but I'm gonna have to go back and kind of watch that one because I think I'm
I think it
gonna
was
get some
pretty
humor
early.
out of that.
Yeah, it was pretty early on. Yeah, well, yeah. Shauna did. Yeah, she got.
I mean, I gotta be
humor out of
honest. A lot of these shows, I laugh hard. So, I mean, I do. So it's
Well,
good
that's
stuff.
good.
It is. Yeah.
it. I got to tell you, for $10, I'm taking a liking to this ancient
Right.
age.
Like I said, I mean, you got a home bar, keep it in your shelf or on your shelf, and serve it up. So, I say, buy it. $10.
Definitely, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, see how it is mixed with some stuff, but I think it's a good bottle to have for $10. Shauna would like
Absolutely.
that to be my daily drinker at $10.
Yeah. I mean, you go through it quick. You know what? Like you said, 3 versus 1, right? 3 versus
Yeah.
6.
Yeah.
Or, 6 versus 1.
Yeah, 6 versus 1.
Right. See, it's hitting me already. I can't even do math.
Oh, Josh.
All right, we ready for the...
Okay, so that's what we had on the docket. I guess we'll see the surprise pour that we
surprise
have.
pour. It's already poured.
And it's not Buffalo Trace.
It is not of the Buffalo Trace family.
Okay.
Okay.
Fabulous.
So I'm going to set these aside for
Yeah.
a little bit later here. All right.
I'm going to put this back up on the shelf.
You do that. You do that. All right. Oh, here they are.
I keep that in the back of the shelf, Josh,
Well, I
just
mean,
because I don't want anybody to see it and know I have it.
you don't want anybody like stealing this. The mystery,
It is.
right? What do you?
So what do you
like
want
the
to tell
color?
me? I do like the color. I mean,
Right?
it's similar to, really, it's similar to what we've had here tonight.
So we don't confuse you, I'll put this off to the side. Right? Would you consider that more amber?
So that's the Blantons
Right.
that I just set up there.
I think it's very similar.
Very similar. You have to take into account too, there's a little more in the glass you gave me, so that'll affect the color a little bit.
Well, let's be honest with the left-sided pours tonight. They were a little bit heavier than the right-sided pours. I mean, I appreciate that because it's it's your bar, and
Well, it's just the luck of the draw. It's
Right.
It's how it come out of the bottle.
you did claim the right side too
Right.
tonight. So
Normally, I measure my pours so that Sean and I have the same amounts.
yeah.
I didn't know it was going to be such an issue to you, though.
No, it's really not. It's truly not. I just I have my good side, and my bad side. And
Okay,
just,
I got you.
I do like this side.
So, what can you tell me about this gem?
Okay, I can tell you nothing about it. It is an Ohio bourbon. I'll tell you that.
Oh, it is?
It is.
Interesting.
Yeah, it is an Ohio bourbon.
Have you had it? Because I know you opened this bottle to pour it.
One time at my father-in-law's.
Okay.
That's one time.
My memory's failing me, but he's told me before what his father-in-law loves, and I'm betting that's what this is.
So let's see what we got here. And I didn't read the label. I just know what the bottle.
It's sweet on the nose.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
a little, I'd say a little more powerful on the nose than the Blanton's even was.
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, wait, I should probably have you sign a waiver before we do this. I'm just kidding. All right. Sweet on the tip of the tongue.
That's really good. Sweet as soon as it hits your palate. A little more spice on the finish. Mm-hmm. Actually, I should have finished swallowing because the heat kind of got me in my throat. It's not bad. It's not a bad heat.
Right. But you can feel that you can.
Yeah, it's just enough to let you know there's some characteristics there.
Right.
Oak.
Yep.
Definitely oaky.
Yep.
I like it.
It's not, yeah, right? It's a lot different than the first time that I tried it, so I actually do like it. I got it in 3 phases. I got sweet on the tip, and I got, again, when I say sting, I don't mean that in a bad way, right?
Right,
I got the tingle and a little bit of sting on the middle of the tongue, and then I got just a slight burn,
Yep.
But it's actually decent.
It's
decent.
a range. It's not concentrated on sweet or heat.
And I don't get a high ethanol taste to it, do you?
No, I don't get ethanol. On the first taste, I didn't.
I mean, it does seem like it's a higher
You
proof.
get some brown sugar there.
Yeah. Maybe that's the sweetness.
Can you tell me the proof?
No.
Not without looking at the bottle, right?
Should we bring out the bottle?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I can tell you're not ready to disclose that.
Should we guess the proof? Let's guess it.
I'm gonna say it's about a 94.
Okay. All right. I'll go with 90. Even though I brought the bottle, I'll say 90.
So it's 90.
I don't know.
I'm gonna say it's about 94.
Okay.
I feel like it's got a little more kick than the Blanton's does. Mm-hmm. It's good.
It's
I like
good,
it.
right? I'm glad you like it.
Can you disclose how much the bottle was?
Honestly, I forget.
It's probably been
because
closed
I
up under
bought
the
it.
bar for so long.
Well,
He doesn't remember.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you walk through and you say, I want to try this. It's an Ohio bourbon, and you pick it up and you're like, okay, you buy it and it's like you forget what the price is. I mean, it's not expensive, right? So, and I just lost the price, so it's not expensive. But I don't know. I think maybe you're going to be surprised, maybe. But yeah.
Did it come in a glass bottle?
It did. It's not a plastic bottle. And it has an actual cork top. Not a plastic
Really?
top. Not a plastic top. Not
Nice.
a plastic screw top. So it is somewhat quality, right?
Where in Ohio?
Up north. Up north.
Northeast, northwest,
North.
north. Okay, I think we're ready to disclose this
All right.
just because of curiosity.
All right. I got.
Filling the cat ear.
All right, I'll let that set for a minute. All right. Let me
You
go
want
over
me to put
here.
some water in there for you?
I already did. I'm letting it breathe out here. All right. All right, without looking, don't look yet. You guessed what proof?
94.
Oh, it is 100 proof.
No kidding.
100 proof, right? So we are drinking Cleveland Bourbon. And the reason I brought this, I'll tell you why. And I know because the Browns are going to the playoffs, Brian.
They are.
They are.
They are. And you know what? It pains me to say this, but I wish them well.
Right?
I hope Joe Flacco. You know, I was thinking about this earlier because I thought, you know what? Josh is going to bring up the whole Browns thing tonight. I just know he is. And so I gave it some thought. I'm a Steelers fan.
And I enjoy watching the Steelers myself. I really do. Steelers fan for many years.
I'm not a fan of our coach. I haven't been a fan since I hired him, so I'm not a bandwagon.
You know we're on YouTube, right?
Yep. I'm not a bandwagon anti-Mike Tomlin fan. I just was never a fan of his style.
Okay. Fair enough.
However, I will say, 17 years without a losing record.
I mean, that says something.
The sad part is, though, that's become our goal.
Not to have a losing record.
Let's don't have a losing season.
Yeah.
And although that is so much better than what you've endured over the years,
So
as a Browns fan,
so can I gotta be clear here. Like I watch the Browns, and I root for the Browns, but I wouldn't say that I'm a diehard Browns fan. Right?
Okay.
So I would say that I have more Steelers gear than I do Browns.
wow, I would have never guessed that.
Right. Yeah.
Actually, no, maybe I could have guessed that because maybe those things were gifts because I know somebody in your family happens to be huge Pirates and Steelers fans.
Correct. But yes. And yes, and my stepdad was a huge Steelers fan.
Yeah.
And therefore, his whole side of the family were Steelers fans. The only professional football game that I've been to was Steelers. So, there's some history there.
Anyway, let's get back to this.
Let's get
bottle that's in
right. So
Cleveland
just so
that's
you
sitting
know
on
that
my bar.
I'm not lying to see cork top. I want to make sure.
Synthetic, Josh.
Man, you just had to call me out on you.
But it's from Cleveland, so that's.
Right. But anyway, there you go. And limited
Hey,
production.
listen, that Shauna would buy that. You know why Shauna would buy that?
I have no idea why Sean would buy that.
Look how sleek and attractive that bottle is.
I mean,
Shauna's a bottle buyer.
That is a nice bottle.
Would
Yeah,
you?
Shauna is a Browns fan.
And yeah, however,
No
it just
kidding.
says Cleveland. It doesn't. Never mind. This is kind of crappy brown down here. Anyway,
But it's a nice bottle.
We've had this battle for years in our house because I'm a Steelers fan. Sean is a Browns fan. She's taken me to Steelers Browns games where we've sat in the dog pound. Me and my Steelers gear. Because why not, right? Now, if this was 1988,
we wouldn't be sitting here
I
now.
would not be in the dog pound wearing my Steelers gear.
No, and we wouldn't. If you were, we would not be having the show right now. I'm pretty sure.
But the dog pound today, I feel, is probably a lot different than it was in the 80s, early 90s.
Might be.
But it's a great atmosphere regardless.
Yeah, it's
I
fun.
mean,
All good fun.
we all dog on each other, but it's a great football atmosphere. I went with, Sean and I went with some friends to a Cleveland-Baltimore game a few years ago. I say a few, it's probably been a lot longer than that now, but dog pound. And as a neutral party, right? Because I didn't really care who won or lost. It was fun.
It's a football game.
Sitting there,
right,
with all the hatred going on. But anyway, Josh, this was a great bottle. It really is.
Well, you know what? And I'm glad you liked it because depending on how you like the bottle, that bottle is now yours, Brian.
Oh my God, Josh.
Yep. That is
So I
my
see, I
gift
feel
to
like
you
you've had that
and
before
Cast
and hated it.
529. So no, and the reason is because I had a second bottle, and this is an open bottle tonight.
So you know you can come here and taste it without opening
You
your
betcha.
one bottle.
You betcha. So there we go.
Well, thanks, Josh.
You're welcome.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Well,
All right.
I feel like we've probably drugged this thing out way longer than we usually do, but it's been great.
As it has been.
This is Josh's second time on the show. I'm sure he'll be back. Well, I know he's going to be back. Except at Josh's bar next time.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait for that day. Do we have another bottle of Buffalo Trace?
We opened it, that one. We have one down there and the one up there.
Okay.
You give them that one.
Yeah, we need to, that'd be a good way to get rid of that. Josh liked it. He won't have to open his because he'll have one open then.
I mean, I did like it. I'm just saying, it's good.
Okay, guys.
All right.
Thanks for joining us. Since the last time Sean and I were on, we've gained 20 subscribers, I believe.
Nice.
Thanks to one of our faithful viewers who shared us out on a bourbon page on Facebook. So Tim, if you're watching, thank you. And please guys, hit the like button, comment, share, and above all else, if you like what we're doing, hit the subscribe button, because as soon as we get to 500 subscribers, there's a bottle of Stag for somebody. So until next time, thanks for joining us and be safe, everybody.